All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make a pizza, a wood-fired pizza in my wood-fired oven, which is behind me here. And I've got that all set and ready to go. And over here, we got our makings set and ready to go to make the pizza. So let's fire her up and get this thing started. All right, so here is the pizza oven, the wood-fired pizza oven, and I got it all prepped and ready to go. And I got my rocket stove prepped and ready to go so I could saute my veggies. So we're going to get this thing started. All right, so what I've done is stuffed my fireplace and my oven with kindling wood and with dry corn husk. I use those to get as my fire starter. And we'll get that going good. We'll get a nice fire built up in here. Get that filled with coals. Once I get the coals burned down, I'll push them to the side of the oven. Then I can start baking the pizza. So that's how we're going to get started here. All right, I got my fire going good. The idea is to keep this bottom part here going really hot. Build up a nice hot oven here. Get this all hot inside. Get some coals burned down. Once I get the coals burned down, the base of that oven will be hot and ready to put the pizza in. We'll shove the coals off to the side of the oven, and then we'll begin the process of baking the dough. But in the meantime, I got my rocket stove here ready to go. I'm going to get over here and I'm going to start getting my all my veggies assembled. Get them in the pot, and then we'll get the rocket stove going, and we'll get those sauteed, and then I can stretch the dough. I got a special paddle here I made to fit into my oven. This paddle is custom made to fit in there. I'll be able to slide the pizza in and out with the paddle. All right, so I'm going to fire the rocket stove up and get started on the veggies. Firing up the rocket stove. You can feed the rocket stove in from here and also from the top. Eventually this will burn down. I'll put the grate on top. I put my skillet on there and I do my sauteed vegetables that way. In the meantime, progress is going good here. We're getting it nice and hot. We're going to burn down a lot of coals. Just got to keep feeding fire in here and keep that going. We got my dough stretched here. What I'm going to do is lightly oil this tin foil. I'll put some cornmeal on the bottom of that, put the dough on that, and then I'm going to shove it in the oven, cook it for about 7-8 minutes to get a nice crust on top of the dough, and then I'll proceed putting all the sauce and veggies on it and stick it back in to finish it. So that's how it goes. All right, now we're ready to start sauteing our veggies. Got the rocket stove going good. It's nice there. Put that on there. Get those going. That's almost ready to put the pizza in. We're just going to knock those coals aside here in a minute, and we'll start that process. So what I did was I built up a nice fire down in there in the oven part, or the fireplace part. Got it nice and hot. At the same time, I built a fire in the oven. Got it real hot. When the wood burnt down, I shoved the coals off to the side, like that. And then I was ready to make my pizza. So it's looking pretty good. What I did is I stretched the dough and put the dough in for about 5 minutes. Got a nice crust on it. Then I'd used my rocket stove over here, sauteed my veggies on my rocket stove. Then I built the pizza on that, put some anchovies on there and some cheese on there. and shoved it in the oven. It's just about ready to come out. Now this cooks with convection heat. The heat rises in the back, the hole in the back there. Comes up in the back, and it would go up the chimney. I blocked the top of the chimney with wood here so that the heat now will come forward, roll toward the front of the oven and vent out through this hole on the top. So that's how the oven actually does the cooking. So we're getting ready to eat some wood-fired pizza from my fire pit. There's what she looks like. All right, gotta try this out. Nothing tastes better than wood-fired pizza cooked in your own backyard.